God, she created me. I choose joy, I choose joy, I choose joy instead of pain. I choose joy, I choose the joy of God again and again. I am free, I am free, I am not a body, I am still, hallelujah, as God she created me. Dear Divine Ones, welcome back to Miracle Mantras. I'm Kiran Jot. I'll be reading today's lesson for you, singing this mantra with you again so that you can sing it and carry it with you throughout your day. And I'll be adding a commentary at the end. This is lesson 210, review section 6. I am not a body. I am free, for I am still as God created me. 1. I choose the joy of God instead of pain. Pain is my own idea. It is not a thought of God, but one I thought apart from God and from God's will. God's will is joy, and only joy for God's beloved child, and that I choose instead of what I made. I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. I choose the joy of God instead of pain. I choose joy, I choose joy, I choose joy instead of pain. I choose joy, I choose the joy of God again and again. I choose joy, I choose joy, I choose joy instead of pain. I choose joy, I choose the joy of God again and again. I am free, I am free, I am not a body, I am still, hallelujah, as God she created me, as God she created me. I am free, I am free, I am not a body, I am still, hallelujah, as God she created me. I choose joy, I choose joy, I choose joy instead of pain. I choose joy, I choose joy again and again. I choose joy, I choose joy, I choose joy instead of pain. I choose the joy of God, the joy of God again and again. I am free, I am free, I I choose joy. I choose joy. I choose joy instead of pain. I choose joy. I choose the joy of God again and again. I am free. I am free. I am not a body. I am still. Hallelujah. As God, she created me. As God, she created me. I am free. I am free. I am not a body. I am still. Hallelujah. As God created me, I am not a body. I am free. I am free. I am free. I am free. This is one of my favorites to practice, and maybe one of the most difficult ones when you're feeling physical pain and emotional pain, because that is the weapon of the ego and the body, which is host to the ego. That's their greatest proof and greatest weapon against God, to prove that God has abandoned us, to say, what kind of God would leave us here all alone in pain and misery? And that is actually, the ego does ask that question, but it never wants it answered properly, right? Because the answer is there is no God that would leave you here in pain and misery. Only the God that the ego made, a God of punishment, a God of revenge, a God of sin, a God of hate, a God of fear, a God of separation, and a God of judgment. And that is not what God is. So here again, we're asked to look at what kind of God the ego has made versus the truth. And how do we feel? How do we connect to that love? Well, you felt it maybe in the beauty that you saw before you. Wow, this beauty hits right inside my heart. Or maybe you felt it in the love of a beloved, or the love you have for a child, or the creative love that you feel as you're in the midst of creating something, whether it be a garden or art or a song, anything. That's the love of God. That's just joyful and creative and extending. So here again, we recognize that the Course in Miracles says something quite different from most spiritual traditions and religions. And what it says is that we created this world, that this world is a result of having separated from God and created the body for the ego to hide in. And this whole universe and world is a reflection of our experiment to see what it's like to separate from God, to be in fear and loneliness and separation. To see the highs and the lows, the goods and the bads, all of these things point to differences and separation. And the world of God, there is no separation, there is nothing that can have judgment, because there's nothing other than itself. But I think you're probably wondering, how do we practice this lesson when we're feeling physical pain? Even in the midst of great physical pain, which we find incredibly intense and distracting to the mind, to the ego mind. But even in the midst of that, we do still have a choice of where we put our focus. So sometimes, I think you'll probably relate, is that you have some deep physical pain, maybe a sudden something suddenly happened, and you inhale really deeply and you have to concentrate fully on your breath. But even that is something to concentrate on. Concentrate on your breath. Or the Buddhists have a practice where you start to extend your sphere of awareness and include the space around you, or the space around the pain. So we always have a choice of how to focus. It's not easy at all. But let us practice. And let us forgive ourselves when it's difficult. And let us send love to all the areas that are feeling pain. Instead of pushing them away, invite them in to a warm seat by the fire and give them a cup of loving tea. And see what they have to tell you. Do they have anything to tell you that could ease the pain? Thank you for being with me. I look forward to being with you again tomorrow.